Alright, so what's going on, everybody? JA News. Salute to you for tuning in. So it's the Monday show. We're going to be catching up on this past weekend's big Jordan retro release. It seems like so far this year, Jordan brand is kind of shocking many people. So we're going to discuss, is this going to be the actual norm for Jordan brand releases moving forward? We also got Adidas bringing a new interesting release here to the market. These joints actually dropped today, so we're going to touch on that as well. Plus, we're less now than a day away from the big shock drop insiders have now been talking about for weeks. So we're gonna see, man, they doubled down on the date. We're now less than 24 hours away. So we're gonna see, were they actually accurate or was it all just cap for engagement? Guys, if you enjoy these updates, be sure to help support the channel by smashing the like button down below. You're watching JA News. Let's go ahead and jump right into it. So first up, we got a fresh take here of the currently unreleased Nike GT Future, which appears here in this almost kind of like Minnesota Timberwolves shade of blue. Initially, we saw this sneaker teased last month during some of the NBA All-Star Weekend festivities. Debuted originally by Wale, which he gives us the updated look, which this latest colorway does appear to feature a full 3M upper, as y'all see, lit up like a candle with the flash on. So I love the fact that Wale is a part of this rollout. I feel like he's definitely brought some significant contributions here to sneakers, putting a lot of DMV staples on the map, such as the Nike boots, as well as the foam posits. And as far as this latest colorway or latest release, the streets have been buzzing about these ever since we saw those initial first teasers. So you gotta love these ones. They kind of feature some familiar Nike retro design elements, but also taken into a whole new futuristic direction. So initially there were some reports that these would be retailing for 190 bucks, reports that Nike reps seem to have disputed. So as far as pricing information, we actually have no clue on that as of yet, but apparently the GT Future will be making its debut coming up here later this year. And I don't know if Wale's rocking like an ankle monitor or something like that, but as far as these sneakers, they seem to have kind of like bringing some new energy to his career, as he's actually got a new single coming up here, dropping very soon. Now next up, we got Nike introducing the latest Air Max 1 dot swoosh. They're calling these big head origins. Now with the dot swoosh releases, they seem to all have kind of like this video game inspiration behind them, as we saw the first Poly release. Casanat kind of co-sign release. Those initially went up for pre-order. They followed up with this kind of like unofficial Tomb Raider joint. And as far as the latest, y'all already see the inspiration appears to be Donkey Kong, but of course Nike, rather than dishing out the big bucks to Nintendo with an official Donkey Kong collaboration, something you probably would have saw Adidas or like Puma do something like that, Nike decided to opt out of that, going the unofficial route, which I feel like Nike is probably the only brand that could really pull off something like this. So I would say these are cool and everything, not really like for me personally, but these looks like these will be dropping coming up for Air Max Day for 160 bucks. So while they're not really for me, as I always like to say, if you guys like them, I love them. Now next up, we got something from Adidas, which you guys know Nike and Adidas, they've been competing. The sneaker wars continue, but it seems like as of lately, rather than trying to compete with Nike in that whole like hype beast type of lane, Adidas seems to be taking things into like a new direction, kind of more so catering towards like the Gen Z, non-binary, unisex type of crowd, as we got a Wild release, which these actually did make their debut today. Now this is a little blast from the past. Adidas has been having a lot of success with their classics and originals line. So apparently these are a classic, but with a little new update to them. So this sneaker did debut today. 90 bucks was the retail, and apparently, shockingly, it looks like a lot of the bigger sizes are already beginning to sell out. So ladies and gentlemen, we got the Adidas Taekwondo May Ballet, I guess is how you pronounce them. So I just want to know, y'all, man, are you guys rocking with the black joints? Are you a fan of the white pair, or are y'all rocking with these all silver joints right here? Which I don't know exactly what this audience, well, we know exactly who they're going for with this one right here, but man, I don't know, is this the next big hit for Adidas right here? Again, 90 bucks is the retail on these. And if you guys didn't know, they actually do have a Bad Bunny collab with this model on the way as well. So I guess y'all see the direction Adidas is trying to go right here. So I don't know about these right here, but I was definitely interested to see what an on-foot look would look like. So thankfully enough, here we go. We got an on-feet look right here. So let me know, man. Adidas is going crazy right now with the Samba, Gazelle, Superstars making noise. It's going to be the next classic from Adidas back catalog with a little modern update, you know, to be the next big hit for the brand. Let me know what y'all think about these joints down below. So with these quick updates out of the way, we're gonna go ahead and jump into my favorite segment, Fit of the Day, which if you guys ever wanna be featured, all you simply gotta do is just tag me on the gram in one of your favorite or most recent outfit pics. This next one actually happens to come from the JA Discord, which we got a friend to the channel right here featured today, as we got your good old pal, Mr. Bread and Butter. Y'all see the fit right here. Now, as far as what we got going on, we gotta first and foremost give my guy some points. He's gonna get extra plus points for dropping an underrated gem right here. We got the Black Toe Reimagines is what it appears that we got on feet. So again, he's already getting plus points for those. Now, as far as the jeans, I don't know exactly what's going on here. I mean, we could either have like a pair of Jeep Wranglers from Walmart or possibly a pair of Chrome Hearts. We really can't tell as this shot is from the back. And then on the top, good Red Hot Chili Peppers tee. Now, normally 90% of people rocking these vintage band tees are just posers, but quick little fun fact, my man Mr. Bread and Butters was actually the original lead singer for the band when they were originally formed back in the 80s, but legend tells it apparently he missed some of the audition gigs or something like that and apparently was kicked out of the band, and the rest is history. So can you imagine Mr. Bread and Butters' trajectory if he would have still been in the band? That's absolutely crazy. And then to finish off the entire fit, pulled it off with a good camo fit to bring everything full circle. So as far as this fit, normally I would ask you guys to jump in the comments giving it a rating 0 out of 10, but I'll go ahead and do the honors, and this one's undisputedly getting a 10 out of 10. If you guys haven't done so yet, go ahead and follow our guy Mr. Bread and Butter over on YouTube for some really cool sneaker reviews. So big shout out to Mr. Bread and Butter. Go ahead and drop your feedback in the comment section down below. And with those quick updates out of the way, let's go ahead and jump here into today's main story. With Jordan Brand, they're going crazy. It seems like they're surprising a lot of people here with the scarcity of these Jordan retro releases. But for everybody here following the channel, we already knew to expect. We already knew this was coming. Initially, there were reports that Jordan Brand would be scaling back as far as stock numbers and everything like that. We were getting reports of that last year. Some people thought we were gonna see those actual limited releases hit us in the fourth quarter of last year, but it turns out Jordan Brand had big plans to kind of kick off the 40th anniversary with a bang. And as y'all see right here, we got a scuffle going down for this past weekend's release of the Jordan 9 Cool Gray. Now, as far as this right here, this is not the normal across the country, but rather a little incident that went down in the Bronx. Now, what's really got me upset about this is like my man is getting jumped for a pair of Cool Gray 9s. Like I could see if it was like the playoff Space Jam 9s or something like that, but for the Cool Gray 9s, like, are y'all really going that crazy for a release such as these? I mean, they're not even an OG Jordan release, which I know a lot of people got nostalgia. MJ did rock these joints during the Wizard days and everything, but it's like, bro, are y'all really going that crazy out here for Cool Gray 9s? I guess the hype is real, but in reality, we knew it. Jordan Brand, they had a plan to scale these releases back. According to Eldon Monitors, this drop was extremely limited. While they did drop at a lot of different retailers, many foot stores and everything, different locations, but for the Sneakers app release, roughly around 13,000 pairs loaded up to the app. So as you can imagine, not too many pairs to go around. So if you guys were able to grab these, salute. As far as moving forward, this year at least, here for the 40th anniversary, it looks like this is what we can expect, at least for the Jordan retro releases. I mean, we saw them Lucky Shorts drop. It seemed like there was a bunch of pairs of those to go around. I don't know if people were just not rocking with them or not, but as far as when it comes to the classics, the OGs, or even the Jordan retros like this one, I just feel like, you know, we're gonna have a tough time. I mean, I know these aren't an OG, but they are like one of those classic retro releases. So I think anytime we see something like this dropping, we're gonna have a tough time copping them. So like I'm talking about even pairs like the Ferrari 14s, all the OG classics that are getting ready to drop this year, as well as the collaborations. I feel like the trend is just going to continue, and Jordan Brand, they're just bringing the hype back. Now, some people would be like, why would Jordan Brand limit the releases? How does that translate into dollars? Well, simply, guys, last year, if this sneaker would have dropped with like, let's say 100,000 pairs, like we saw some of these Jordan releases drop last year, them joints would have sat on shelves. Nike would have had to reduce these in price, put them on sale, give us coupon discount codes and everything like that just in order to move the inventory. And this year, they're like, nah, we ain't letting it happen. We're not tarnishing the legacy of our classic releases such as pairs like this. So as y'all see what happened, man, be careful what you wish for, because you might just get it. This year, a lot of these Jordans are a lot tougher to get your hands on. And I expect this to be kind of like the new norm moving forward. And then when everybody gets all excited and hyped for these releases, like let's say in a couple of years, maybe even next year, we'll see the stock numbers increase and Jordan Brand kill that revenue game. So right now, it seems like here in the sneaker world, Jordan Brand is the kings once again. Well, they've always been, but now it's just kind of like they're the undisputed kings, and they're just showing people, you know, what's going down. I mean, y'all see this right here, bruh's getting beat up for cool gray 9s. What is the world coming to? So we'll see how it all goes down, man. Of course, we had these drop. You had the Nigel brick by bricks, and then we got a big restock, one that people have been waiting on. And it looks like these insiders, they're doubling down on that date, which originally was reported as March 18th. So you got here Uncle Chrissy once again talking about don't be shocked. He said this back on March 14th, and then he's doubling, tripling down on it as he's saying mañana. So it looks like we got a shock drop to look forward to. Now, the sneaker he's referring to actually happens to be the Union Jordan 1s. I guess I should have pulled up a picture of them, but this is one that was a little bit controversial because when it comes to these Union Jordan 1s, of course, we did see them drop, you know, on the website and everything like that. Some people got lucky, some people didn't. Apparently, there was a whole bunch of stock to go around. See, here we go. Stock shock drop tomorrow. They're saying around 20K. I'm not sure exactly on that, but this one, they were saying that we should expect to see a sneakers drop. Remember, somebody actually asked the Nike rep on Twitter, in which they responded talking about just be patient. Expect to see a release coming up mid-March. Well, it looks like that release apparently is supposed to be a shock drop. We actually don't see these loaded up to the Sneakers app. So we'll see if these insiders are accurate. Hopefully a lot of people will be able to get a dub on these tomorrow. Stock will probably be low, but the cool thing is by them actually releasing these as a shock drop, it's gonna catch a lot of like the casuals off guard, and for the people that are tapped in on what's going on here in the sneaker scene, hopefully they'll be able to get a dub on these ones right here. So we'll see if these insiders are right or if they've all just been capping for engagement. So we'll see how it all goes down coming up tomorrow, but hopefully, you know, as some of y'all are watching this, we see some W's here in the chat. And then before we bounce, of course, the Nigel Sylvesters, them joints got the streets on lock. The big release did go down Friday. Some people were successful via the Sneakers app. Of course, many people missed out though. But as far as this release, man, they're throwing around that Sneaker of the Year moniker already. I feel like it's definitely a little bit too early, so we'll have to wait on that. But just as far as the impact and everything like that, I would say definitely one of the most impactful collaborations or just releases overall that we've seen so far. So you got the good bike airs. And then before we bounce, guys, I just want to let y'all know that we do have one more raffle. You know, if you guys already grabbed these, just save this pair for somebody else. So this is actually on baitme.com. I'll go ahead and include the link in the description, but it looks like you guys got one more shot for these brick by bricks, which came in at $225, one of the hottest releases of the year. So I guess it's worth your shot. It looks like you don't have to put any payment information or anything like that. But again, this is through BaitMe, an official retailer. Hopefully, if you guys are still on the hunt for these, you know, maybe this one little shot may be worth your while. So just wanted to sign off with that one. We had a huge Jordan 9 Cool Gray release go down over the weekend. Let me know if any of you guys were successful. Plus, let me know what y'all think about them new joints from Adidas. Y'all rocking with that whole like fashion forward Gen Z type of woke movement. Let me know what y'all think about those as well. So that's it, y'all, for today. I appreciate everybody for tuning in. JA News, I'll be back tomorrow to give you guys the latest updates. In the meantime, stay safe, stay blessed. I appreciate everybody, and I'll catch y'all next time. I'm out. Love.